Nestled in West El Paso, the Little Gym believes in developing a children's strong bodies, brains, and character, guiding their physical, cognitive, and life skills of a child, helping them grow into strong, confident, and independent people, all thanks to the nurturing touch of its owner. Allow me to introduce you to Alexis Gerena, a remarkable individual whose journey as the owner of the Little Gym in El Paso is woven with threads of dedication, compassion, and nurturing spirit. Shaping not just gymnastics, but also nurturing young individuals like myself, fostering growth and instilling values that transcend the boundaries of a workplace. Her commitment to cultivating a space where children thrive, coupled with her unwavering support and guidance to the community, has truly made her a pillar of inspiration and influence in both my life and the vibrant community of the Little Gym in El Paso. Alexis, this is our second episode here on Chuco Chica. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Of course. Because you are one of the guests here on Chuco Chica, I want to gift you a little jarritos with now our stickers.
Oh, thanks, Sophie. Let's see.
You're welcome.
Ooh, super cute. Thank you, Sophie. I really appreciate it.
You are welcome. You can use that sticker on your Stanley or hang it up on your
Put it
mirror.
on my car. Advertise for you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
That'd be amazing.
Thank you, Sophie.
You are welcome.
Can I call you Sophitis?
Yes, you can call me Sofitis. You want to tell them why you call me Sofitis?
That's what I used to call Sophie when she was real young, when she worked for us and babysat.
Yes, and I still babysit for you guys.
She still babysits for me. That's right.
Yes.
Not me, my kids, but yeah. Okay.
So first, can you tell us a little bit about what is the Little Gym?
Yeah, so the Little Gym is a program for children ages 4 months all the way through 12 years old. And we divide our program into 3 different groups. Parent-child, which is ages 4 months to 36 months. And then pre-K, which is 3 years old up to 6 years old. And then our grade school ages are ages 6 to 12. And in all of our classes, regardless of the age, what we work on is 3 dimensions. We call it Get Moving, which is the physical, Brain Boost, which is the cognitive, and Citizen Kid, which is our life skills, like learning how to take turns, learning how to be kind to one another, just learning about skills from young all the way up to 12 years old, basic skills in life on how to be the best you can be. So you don't have to be your best, but you do have to try your best at the Little Gym. That's one of our most important things that we try to instill in the kids. We have, depends what class you're in, we have 2 to 3 rules. Number 1 is to always be safe, and number 2 is to have fun. But also at the Little Gym, we have birthday parties, and we have camps. And then in some locations, they have something called Wonder Kids Club, which is like a preschool for 3 and 4 year olds. But we did have that for about a year, but we don't have that
Right
Wonder
now.
Kids anymore. Yeah. And then we do in our location, we do once a month our parent survival night, which is we do them on a Friday, and it's 6 to 9, and the kids come ages 3 to 12. They have to be potty independent. Parents drop them off, and they get to have fun with kids their own age, do a craft. We serve them pizza, and they play and have fun. So that's what the Little Gym is. Classes, camps, birthday parties, and parent survival nights.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to ask you, what is your why behind the Little Gym?
Well, the why behind the Little Gym for me is having 2 little kids of my own, now 12 and 9. They didn't have a lot of things to do as infants or as toddlers or even as 3, 4, and 5-year olds that really approach the whole child. And so I did some research, and I tried to think about what would be something that El Paso could really use for our families, because I love El Paso, but I do believe that it could use some more things for families. It's a great place to raise families, but we definitely need more things for families. So my why I put the little gym in El Paso was to help develop children as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
to help them grow, to help them socialize, and also to help parents and children caregivers, nannies, grandparents, foster parents, help them build a support team around them, because it takes a village to raise a child. And
Mm-hmm.
so I believe that the little gym and the friends that you make there are part of that village, and it really helps develop children and help support their family. So that was really why I did it for El Paso.
Absolutely. And I think that's beautiful and so inspiring. Can you tell us a little bit about what made you choose the location that you are in right now?
So the location was definitely a hard choice. I wanted to be accessible to military families, but I also wanted to be accessible to families that were coming from the east side or potentially Las Cruces. So right now we're on South Desert Boulevard, which is like right on Artcraft and I-10. So I figured people coming over Trans Mountain can get to us. People coming from the east side can get to us.
Mm,
People coming from Las Cruces can get to us. And then people on the west side can get to us. I didn't know there was going to be so much construction and traffic like there is now.
mm-hmm.
But that's why I picked that general area. And the reason I picked the shopping center that we're in right now was because it wasn't a really busy shopping center, and it makes it easier for parents to come and park there and not have a long walk and not fight for parking um, when they come to the little gym. So that's primarily why I chose that particular location.
I think it's when I was working there at the little gym, I've had families from everywhere
Hmm.
come in, and you're right. I think that's such a smart way to think on choosing a location.
I know a lot of military families, because the Little Gym is a franchise, so a lot of military families have been able to enjoy Little Gym in other cities. So
Yeah.
I thought it was make it easy for them to feel something at home, feel something in their normal routine from other cities. So it's a pretty easy drive for them.
So I started working with you since I was 15. And I think you've done an amazing job transforming the little gym from trainings at your home to figuring out how to run a business during COVID to now, 2024, killing it, being a boss woman,
Boss Queen.
a boss queen. You kind of started your business a couple of months before COVID
Mm.
started. Can you talk to me about your experience, what you had to, I guess, your biggest challenges during that point of time?
The Little Gym was not established. We opened in September of 19 and then closed in March of 20. So we weren't like an established business. We weren't like other locations or other businesses in town where people knew who we were and trusted us. And um, we were just like this new business in town. So COVID really hit us hard. I will definitely say at the time, Little Gym International, our corporate office, was definitely very helpful with us. They held webinars like literally 4 days a week. They It was nice to have the community with other owners because they were in the same boat, but they were they showed a lot of support. But I thought for sure I was going to close the little gym because I didn't know how, after only being open like what, 5 months, 6 months, how I was going to be able to get people back in my doors and for them to trust me. Um, we I don't if you remember, we tried to do online stuff. It was a total flop, and I completely get it. Like, how can you do online gymnastics? I think it's really hard. We did do like nightly readings. I remember you did some nightly readings to kind of keep our current clientele engaged. But even then, like, we didn't have a lot of people log on and watch. I think parents were burned out from doing online work, and then parents that had older kids were doing online school. You couldn't see very many people, so you were doing Zoom with your family and friends. So the online stuff definitely didn't work for us. And I thought that for sure we were going to close, but I worked really, really hard to get local grants, federal grants, and then federal loans. And
You did such an
thank you.
amazing job. Can you tell us a little bit about what it takes to make a team more of a family?
I think treating them with respect, regardless of age differences, regardless of their work performance sometimes, because I think you need to give them, we have a certain type of person that works for us, right? They're little gym, they're younger, they have, some of them are still in high school, right? Some of them are in college. They have a lot of things going on. They're trying to figure out their lives. So for me, it's really important to make them feel like family by giving them chances, by making them feel respected, like I said, regardless of their age, helping to teach them not just work skills, but like life skills. Like, how do you talk to somebody? How do you treat somebody? Because we've had people at the little gym that didn't really know how to talk to families or adults at first, and then they're thriving. So for me, making them feel like family is like doing what I would do with my kids, respecting them, teaching them how to be respectful to people and how to talk to people, showing them my appreciation, because without my team, truly I am nothing. And so I try to show them appreciation through gestures or items like snacks, or having like cubbies in the office that they have they might need to put their personal items there. Or like right now, our gym director a few months back set up cubbies for everyone so they can put their stuff there. So treating them like family is also making them feel like they're at home. So we try and do that at the little gym also.
When you were at work, when you were in high school or college, did you have bosses who would treat you with respect, or kind of what you're kind of doing now?
No, never.
Okay,
Yeah. Never.
gotcha. Okay. If you could ask anybody right now, who would you ask and why?
I'd probably ask my dad for advice because he was a businessman. He was a financial advisor. He was in charge of estate planning for some huge companies back in the 90s and early 2000s. So I would go to him for advice. Well, because he was a genius for those kinds of things. So that's who I would go to. But I mean, he passed away, so I can't, but he'd be the one I would go to.
So I'm assuming you were a straight A student.
Yes.
Did you ever get in trouble in school?
Yes.
For what? Give me your juicy secrets.
Well, I only got in trouble once in 5th grade because I wanted to know what happened if you dialed 911 from the payphone.
Oh my
At
god.
Western Hills, old Western Hills.
You went to Western Hills?
I went to the old Western Hills.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, I didn't know that.
So we had payphones back in the day. Do you know what that are?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I was dialed 911 because I wanted to know like what would happen.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
I got in trouble. But other than that, I never got in trouble in school.
Did your parents get mad or did they find it funny?
No, they weren't happy. They didn't find it
No.
funny. No, they were not happy.
Yeah, I bet. So did the police or ambulance come to the
No,
school?
they called the school back and said someone called us and hung up. Is there an emergency there?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I remember I got sent to the office once for bringing a knife, but it was a butter knife because I was eating Philadelphia cream
Oh
cheese.
my God. Yeah.
When you were a little girl, did you ever see yourself being a gymnastics gym owner?
No, never. I always thought I'd be a lawyer.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you reach out to the community to see if they would be interested in having a little gym here in El Paso?
Well, I reached out via some family Facebook groups, and then I talked to parents. So there's a group on Facebook called MLB. It's Families for El Paso. So I reached out to some families there. I reached out to parents at that time. Both of my kids were in preschool. Well, one of them was starting at Western Hills, but they were at First Presbyterian preschool. So I talked to a lot of the parents there because I figured they would be interested in and trying to get their opinion. In fact, one of the moms at First Pres, her name is Amy. She mentioned to me how much she loved Little Jim for her two little boys when they lived around Austin.
Mm.
And so that planted a seed also in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And then talking to more parents, and then that mom, what was a mom's group is now a family group. I asked a lot of questions on there.
Very
So
nice. So networking, have you made any friends?
most of my friends are not from networking. They're friends I've had for many years or friends that I've made through school, through PTA, and then also through soccer, the kids'
Gotcha.
soccer.
So talking about PTA and the kiddo soccer, how do you balance being an owner, home life, soccer life, sports, PTA? How do you do it all?
I don't know. You just do it. You either don't do it or you do it. And so I do it. I don't really have a formula. I just, I
You
don't
just
know.
do it.
Yeah. I did have, you know, when my kids were little, I did have some extra support. I don't have as much support now, but that's okay. I still do it. You got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want your kids to lack. You don't want your business to lack. You don't want yourself to lack. So you just get up and do it. I just do it like Nike says.
So because you have so much to keep up with
Hmm.
sports, extracurriculars, business, how do you keep up with yourself? How do you love yourself?
Um, well, I used to work out, but it's not been happening so much recently. But I have a gratification journal that I just got recently from somebody. Um, I also take time to get pedicures and
Ooh,
massages.
I
They're like
like that.
my vice. I'm not like a retail therapist. I don't like retail therapy. Like I don't buy expensive clothes or shoes. But I spoil myself with pedicures and massages. Because think I mentioned, I'm a perfectionist. So I get real like stressed out. I worry about things a lot. So doing those things help me relax.
Very nice.
And I like to do my nails, but they're not done right now.
What's your go-to? Do you get a French tip? Do you get gel? Do you
Well, I don't get my nails done anymore.
because of the little gym?
No, because I think it's too expensive. But I
Oh.
get pedicures and I just get regular polish. And then for massages, I go to Zen Therapeutic
Mm.
with this awesome lady named Megan.
Shout out Megan.
Megan. And then sometimes to Green Tea Foot Massage.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, near AJ's Diner. So,
AJ's Diner. Got it.
yeah.
Got it. Lots of businesses that came up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll post their logos as you
Yeah.
as you say them. I haven't gotten my nails done either. We're twinning with naked
Yeah.
fingers.
Pedicures I'll do. I go to, my God, I forgot what it's called.
Is it a guy who does it or a girl?
Whoever's available.
My mom prefers a guy.
Yeah.
She likes those deep tissue massages.
Yeah. Well, Miss Garcia. Way to go, Miss Garcia. Oh my God. Okay. Well.
Let's look to a left turn. That's so weird. I don't know why I talked about
No, it's
that.
good. Deep tissue. Yeah.
Anyways, I think that new gratification journal is going to be very eye-opening.
Yeah. And it's really simple. Like, you don't have to write that much. It asks you for every morning 3 things you're grateful. And like, if you don't do it for a day or two, like, I try not to freak out, but it's in the morning, it's 3 things you're grateful for. And then, I should have brought it. And then it's a positive affirmation, 3 things that you'd like to like do better. And then at the end of the day, something that you were grateful for and 3 great things that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really simple, but I got new pens that are like different colors.
Ooh, that's
so I
nice.
use them in there. Yeah. But it's really good.
So what are your 3 things you're grateful for right now?
Well, every day is different, but waking up,
Mm-hmm.
my kids, and well, health.
Mm-hmm.
Health is important. Yeah.
It is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, do you think I was a good little gym instructor? The silence.
I'm just
Give me the
kidding.
tea. Give me the tea.
I'm just
What's
Actually, Miss Jackie and I were talking about you today.
Okay.
And we thought you really shined in birthday parties and camps because you're the type of instructor that we would hire to do supplemental programs, because where your heart is with the kids. And other team members we would hire, their heart is actually in the gymnastics. And other team members we would hire for parent-child because their heart is in the teaching aspect of it.
Right.
So everyone that we hire has
a spot.
Has a spot. Yes.
I remember on the application process, you asked me if I could do a cartwheel, and I couldn't.
I don't do cartwheels, but I can like spot someone through them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's the most important thing. Not everyone that teach gymnastics, and we're not all about gymnastics either. But just because you can't do gymnastics doesn't mean you can safely teach and spot gymnastics. So
I do remember that.
when you were able to have more room
Leverage,
to create with little gym activities, what you wanted to do in our birthday parties or in camps where it wasn't about growing skills, it was about making sure they were safe and having fun, that's where you really shined.
Thank you.
But Funny Bugs wasn't your, right?
No, I was not made to be a teacher.
I did my training in Spring, Texas, and I had like a veteran owner, Dawn. She was awesome. And I did a 6:30 Funny Bugs class. And I was exhausted. I had been training all day, and literally I was like sweating, and I was done. And the little girl comes up to me and she's 3, and she goes, "Ooh, you nasty." And I was like, "Oh my God, you're 3. Like, what?" So that was the tough. That was hard.
I remember sometimes I would come from high school on the bus. Sometimes
Oh God, I
show up
remember
late,
it.
but
Yeah.
like obviously I wasn't into makeup at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had horrible acne, like raging acne, and the kids would be like, "What's on your face?
What's wrong with your face?
What's wrong with your face?"
Yeah.
And I just think like now it's so cute because they're so innocent.
They don't know.
And
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. I know I feel like yeah, I had a lot of stuff going on during senior year.
Yes, you were busy, but I mean, We try and make it work for our high
Everyone.
school students.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun working there. I think it's because I knew you guys out before I started working there.
Yeah. You were, I mean, for your age, you were definitely reliable and respectful. So
I remember
that's a plus.
I didn't read an email one time
Oh yeah, I got mad at you.
and you got so mad at me and I
But
cried.
then I realized you were still young, so
I was 15. I didn't even know how to work email.
I try and
Joking.
well, if I send out an email or I send out something important,
Please read it. And that was my
please
first
read
lesson.
it. Yeah, like
I didn't realize at that time that it was so important because if someone sends you something, that's for you. That's not just because, it's for
they're
a
not
reason.
just sending it for shits and giggles.
Yeah, read it. If you are in any point of your life and you get an email, read it and
literally
respond.
just had a team meeting. Well, on the 2nd of January, we did like a New Year's meeting and a deep clean, and I lectured the team on certain things. So I still lecture people.
As you should.
Yes.
Queen, boss.
Boss queen.
What's a piece of advice that you would give a younger person becoming an aspiring entrepreneur?
Be sure. Don't get in over your head. And make sure that you're doing something that you love.
What's one goal that you will achieve this year for your business?
I want to get 500 members. Right now we have 440.
Oh my gosh, we can make that happen.
I want to get 500 members. Come see me at the Little Gym.
Oh.
Because also with the Little Gym International, when you have a 500 member gym, you get to be in the president's circle.
What is the president's circle?
For gyms that have 500 members or more.
Do you guys get like a t-shirt or something?
No, we get like
Oh, you get like an actual award.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we usually in the past they've gotten recognized at conferences. So
Really? I see it. I see it. What is your location? Where are you located? How can we connect with you?
Oh yeah, so we're located at 6351 South Desert Boulevard, Suite 215. And then you can find us at the Little Gym of El Paso on Facebook and on Instagram. And then we're also on TikTok now.
Awesome. I want to ask you a little fun question. This is going to be kind of our closing question. What is one of the things you like to do here in El Paso? Or what's your favorite thing to do here in El Paso?
Well, my kids and I are foodies for sure. So we love to try new restaurants in town. I think one of their favorite restaurants is the Italian Kitchen West.
Oh, I love that place.
They really love it. They love pasta, and a really good friend of ours is the chef there, and they really enjoy it.
Alrighty. So with that being said, Alexis, thank you so much for making the time and coming on Chuco Chica episode numero 2. Everyone, please connect with Alexis. Let's get her to 500 members at the Little Gym. I see it happening so she can get in the president's circle so families can feel the love from the Little Gym. It's just a great business overall. You can check out my new episode next Saturday. We have a very exciting guest as well, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to follow our Instagram page and stay tuned with the behind the scenes as well.
Ciao.
Adios.
Adios.